They were good men, tough men, the kind who didn't pretend to be anything else. And no one carried that raw, rugged energy better than Sam Elliott. His gravel-deep voice became a mark of American culture, instantly recognizable, steady, and honest. But behind the mustache, the hat, and that slow Western walk, he spent decades carrying something fans never knew, a quiet storm built from years of frustration and disappointment. After 6 decades of respect and hard-earned credibility, there are 6 actors Sam has never forgiven. Some for disrespecting the craft, others for crossing lines he never spoke about publicly until now. At 80 years old, he finally stopped holding back and started naming names. And once you hear who made that list, you'll never see them the same way again. It started with the actor who pushed Sam so far, he left the set and never returned. Kevin Costner, the cowboy Sam couldn't stand. Elliot built his entire reputation on authenticity. Nothing fake, nothing polished, nothing handed to him. He grew up around ranch life, knew the land, the silence, the discipline. He didn't just play a cowboy. He carried the West in his voice, in his posture, in every stare that lasted a little too long. So when Kevin Costner stepped into roles like Wyatt Earp or later the tough patriarch in Yellowstone, Sam wasn't impressed. To him, Costner looked like Hollywood's glossy version of a rancher clean boots, tidy edges, spotlight ready at all times. Like someone playing dress-up instead of living the real thing. Sam once told a friend, he plays a rancher like it's a costume, and he meant it. While millions praised Yellowstone for its drama and sweeping scenery, Sam saw a polished postcard pretty but hollow. He even turned down a cameo and called the show a soap opera in a cowboy hat. To him, Westerns were supposed to be quiet, gritty, and true, not shiny productions built for viewers who'd never smelled cattle at sunrise. Even when Sam and Costner shared a room, the tension felt icy. No yelling, no arguments, just a cold distance, thick enough to feel, and that tension was only the beginning. Next came Benedict Cumberbatch, the actor Sam said simply didn't belong in the West. In 2021, Sam shocked Hollywood when he tore into The Power of the Dog with blunt, unfiltered honesty. He didn't soften a word. He called out the film's style, pace, tone, and especially Cumberbatch's performance, describing it as prissy, theatrical, and completely disconnected from real Western life. Then came the line that went viral. What the hell does this Brit know about the American West? The internet erupted. Fans accused Sam of being outdated, protective, resistant to change. But Sam didn't budge. No apology, no walkback, no softened statement. He believed the film distorted the spirit of the West, turning masculinity into something strange and dramatic, instead of the quiet strength he'd spent his life representing. Cumberbatch never responded, choosing silence instead of drama. But Sam stood his ground. To him, the West wasn't a backdrop, it was a way of life, and he wasn't going to let anyone rewrite it. Then came Ashton Kutcher, someone Sam believed cheapened the craft. Acting, to Sam, was sacred. It wasn't supposed to be a shortcut to fame or a stepping stone to tech companies and magazine covers. It required discipline, patience, and emotional truth. Kutcher's fast rise from sitcom star to rom-com favorite to Silicon Valley figure didn't impress him. It irritated him. When they worked together on the ranch, Sam stayed professional, but off-camera the tension was obvious. Crew members whispered about the discomfort. Sam called Kutcher a decent guy, but not a real actor. What bothered him wasn't Ashton's personality. It was the style, clean, calculated, algorithm-friendly, built for attention. To Sam, it felt like watching someone bypass the long, hard road every real actor had to walk. Fans saw chemistry on screen, but Sam never felt any bond. Just tolerance. Nothing more. Then there was Nicolas Cage, too loud, too chaotic, too unpredictable for Sam's taste. Elliot believed real power came from stillness, from a gaze that held weight, from silence that said more than shouting ever could. Cage, with his explosive style, wild energy, and sudden bursts of emotion, felt to Sam like pure disorder. During Ghost Rider, Sam stayed polite but distant. He spoke later about actors who turned every scene into their own spotlight with loud, flashy choices. Everyone who knew him understood he was talking about Cage. Sam once said, "He's more firework than flame. Big bang, no heat." Cage won awards and praise for his bold style, but Sam never believed in it. To him, it was surface-level performance wrapped in theatrics. Not the grounded honesty he respected, but the name that hurt the most wasn't an enemy. It was a friend he once trusted, Jeff Bridges. They had worked together like brothers on The Big Lebowski, sharing a bond built on respect, simplicity, and truth. Their friendship felt easy and natural. But after Jeff won his Oscar for Crazy Heart, Sam noticed a change, subtle at first, then unmistakable. Jeff became harder to reach, more polished, more aligned with Hollywood's glamorous machine. Designer suits, high-profile photo shoots, political statements, glossy magazine spreads. The rawness Sam respected slowly faded under layers of branding. He once said, "Some folks change, others just show who they always were." Everyone knew who he meant. The silence between them became heavier than any argument. Festivals, events, interviews, they stopped appearing together. Sam didn't feel betrayed. He felt left behind, like the friend he admired had drifted into a world he couldn't follow, but nothing frustrated him more than the final name, Jared Leto, the actor whose extreme method routines pushed Sam past his limit. Sam hated pretension, not commitment, not dedication. In Leto's habit of sending rats to co-stars, staying in character for weeks, and turning sets into emotional obstacle courses drove him crazy. Sam saw it as gimmick, not artistry. He once told a friend, if he needs that much effort to act, maybe he's in the wrong profession. He believed real acting didn't need circus stories or viral headlines. It needed humility, discipline, and truth. When Sam learned Leto had been cast in a film he was considering, he quietly walked away. No announcement, no drama, just stepped back and never returned. Now at 80, Sam Elliott isn't fighting for roles or relevance. He's fighting for the values he spent a lifetime protecting: honesty, restraint, and the quiet kind of strength the West was built on. If that means standing alone, he'll do it without blinking. In a world that's become louder, flashier, and faster, Sam Elliott still carries himself like the last real cowboy.